Welcome to the 5th video of the Starfrost series. Today we're making the Starfrost bonnet. If this is the first time you've seen a video from me, I have made everything else to this set except for the scepter, which will be in my next video. If you're watching my content often and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Look at how many of you there are. Why are there so many? Subscribing is free. Go subscribe. Anyway, let's talk about this week's item. To start off, I made the pattern pieces for both the crown and the brim. So here I'm making the template for the crown. The crown is like the headband part. So I measured out a strip that would be long enough to touch both of my ears. And I also made it as wide as the Starfrost crown. Once that was done, I made a template for the brim. I created a crescent moon shape and I cut it out and, you know, made it how I wanted it to be. And here I'm just testing out the templates, seeing if it fits properly. So I'm taping the brim and the crown together. After I checked I was happy with the templates, I cut where I put the tape and I traced the brim template again. And of course I cut that out. I then folded it in half and I began to add the bumps onto this one. So I'm making a template for the inside of the bonnet. After I had marked and cut it out, this is what I was left with. Once all the templates were done, it was time to cut the fabric pieces out. I folded the crown pattern in half and put it on the fabric edge. And I'm actually cutting out 2 crown pieces. Sorry, I think my ability to explain things have just gone. I folded a piece of fabric in half and then I folded the template in half and I traced it and then I cut it out. I also left a seam allowance on it. Don't forget your seam allowances, please. I then cut out 2 pieces of white fabric for the brim, the same way I did the crown pieces. After everything was cut out, I took one of the crown pieces and traced the template on the top of it. This would act like a guide for where I know I need to put the white ribbon. I marked where the centre was and then I began putting dots on each side where I know I should put the ends of the ribbons to create the cross look. After that was done, I got my ribbon and cut it to the right length. And then I just lazily hand sewed all the ribbon ends down just to keep it in place whilst I put all the other ribbons in, and then obviously putting it under the sewing machine. It would have been so much harder using pins for it. I continued doing this until the entire bonnet top was covered in the X's. After that long process was done, I took to the sewing machine and I sewed down a bit of ribbon over all the ends of the other ribbons, and I did this on both sides as well. Once that was done, I then ripped out the hand sewing that I had done so I could cut the ribbon down. After that, it was time to start on the brim, so I took the black piece I'd done and then I cut those pieces. I cut up to the chalk line, basically. I drew around the template on both sides just so I knew where to fold the fabric. And then I took one of the white pieces of fabric and laid that under it, or on top. I pinned the two pieces together. Then it was the painful process of folding all the extra fabric underneath, but then still maintaining the round shape. This honestly took forever. But yeah, the next day I sewed it on, or together. I sewed the two pieces together. After that, I used I don't know what the stitch was, but it was like a very thick line. So I used that to make the strip, or like the stripe that goes around the black part. After that was all done, I got the lace out and started pinning it in place. Now I know that the model in game doesn't have lace on it, but I wanted this to match my the bows that are on the cape and the skirt that I made. So yeah. I then sewed the lace down. Then I took the other piece of the brim and I laid that over the top, making sure that the lace was on the inside of that. And I did that all the way around the lace covered part, the outside. I threw that under the sewing machine, and then I got the iron out and I got some interfacing, and basically just cut out two pieces to go on each side of the brim. I put the interfacing down and I got some tissue just so any glue wouldn't get on the iron, and I ironed that down. And then I did the same to the other side. And then I just trimmed a bit of excess fabric off before turning it inside out, and then I ironed that. And then I decided to iron the other 2 pieces whilst the iron was out. It was time to pin the brim and the crown together, so I started with the back part of the brim and the top part of the crown. So I started pinning those together. And then I sewn it. I did the same to the other side with the bottom part of the crown and then the front part of the brim. And I sewed it together. And then I sewed the top and the bottom part of the crown together, but I left the ends open. After that, I turned it all inside out and pushed it through one of the ends that I didn't sew. And then I needed to make the stars, which I needle felted. So the way this is attaching to my head is I'll be attaching ribbon to either side of the bonnet to tie under my chin, which is what I'm doing here, and I will cut it, and I added glue on the end that will be like out in the open, not attached to the bonnet, so just to stop it from fraying. Whilst the glue on those dry, I then make the black bows that will be on either side as well, which will have the stars on them. After the star is sewn on, I then put glue on either end of the ribbon, so then just to stop it from fraying again. And I repeated this twice. Whilst I was waiting for the glue to dry on the black ribbon, I sewed the ends shut. And I used the ladder stitch for this, which is also known as the invisible stitch. When I got to the middle, I put the white ribbon in, and I sewed that in. And that's the end that I didn't put glue on. I also repeated it for the other side. Once the glue on the bows were dry, I then just sewed them onto the bonnet. Not really much to that. And here's the moment you've all been waiting for. So I'm just showing you how it goes on. And unlike my other videos, I'm not putting this on in this episode. You'll see that in the next episode when I'm wearing the entire set. I just didn't really want to put makeup on for this video, saving it for the next one. And there it is. I'm honestly really happy with how it turned out, and I can't wait to wear it. Like, let me know what you think of it, and leave a like, comment, maybe share it. But honestly, I am super excited for the finale of the series. I'm dreading making the scepter, but it'll be a nice change from all the fabric and stuff. But yeah, stay tuned for next week, because you'll get to see the entire set. Oh, and it fell off. Sorry if I sound very tired in this video. I am. But I don't want to postpone any videos that I have planned, so we're gonna keep at it until we're done. Maybe join my Roblox group, you can find that from my profile. Maybe follow me on my Twitter too, because I am very active on there. And you can also show me stuff that you make as well, so yay. Then there's my Instagram accounts. One is for cosplay, one is for art. Again, you can tag me in your creations on my cosplay account. I also have a TikTok account, but if you do not have TikTok, you can view my TikToks on my Instagram account under the Reels feature. I hope you liked this video, and I also hope that you're excited for next week's video, because that will be when you get to see the entire set together. But until then, goodbye!